Did you know that more than 1500 years ago, an Indian astronomer explained eclipses without saying they were caused by demons, monsters, or supernatural fear? Did you know that a number system shaped in ancient India would one day help build modern science, engineering, banking, navigation, and even computers? And did you know that some of the most graceful sculptures, poems, temples, and ideas in Indian civilization came from an age that many historians have called the Golden Age of India? This is the story of the Gupta dynasty, a time when India was not only a land of kings, religions, and epic stories. It was also a land of mathematicians, astronomers, poets, sculptors, temple builders, philosophers, scholars, and artists. It was a time when power did not only show itself through armies, it showed itself through numbers, through the elegance and beauty of Sanskrit poetry, through the calm face of the Buddha, through temples rising from stone, through calculations of the planets and the movement of the stars. The Gupta period did not control all of India. It was not a perfect age for everyone, and the phrase Golden Age must be used carefully. But if we ask why ancient India is remembered as one of the great civilizations of the world, this period gives us one of the clearest answers. Because under the Guptas and the wider cultural world of their time, India reached one of its great classical peaks. This was the age when ancient India showed that civilization is not only measured by how much land an empire conquers, it is also measured by what it teaches the future. After the fall of the Mauryan Empire, India did not immediately unite under another huge imperial power. For centuries, the subcontinent was filled with regional kingdoms, trade routes, religious communities, and cultural centers. Buddhism continued to spread. Hindu traditions developed in new forms. Merchants moved across land and sea. Sanskrit became a powerful language of learning, literature, religion, and royal culture. Unified imagination. Ideas moved across regions, retold, standards, polished, and influence. Then, in the early 4th century CE, a new dynasty rose from Magadha in northeastern India. This was the same broad region that had once produced the Mauryan Empire, the rise of Buddhism, and some of the most important political centers in Indian history. The dynasty was the Gupta dynasty. Its first major imperial ruler was Chandragupta I. He strengthened his position partly through marriage, joining the Gupta family with the powerful Licchavi lineage. This was political strategy. This was not just a family alliance, it was political strategy. In ancient India, marriage could create legitimacy, bring territory, and connect one ruling house with another. From this foundation, the Guptas began to grow. The dynasty was the Gupta dynasty. Its first major imperial ruler was Chandragupta I, but the ruler who truly expanded the empire was Samudragupta. He was remembered as a conqueror, a warrior, a poet, and a musician. In later descriptions, he almost seems like the ideal ancient Indian king, a man of the sword and the arts, a ruler who could fight on the battlefield, but also perform in the court. His campaigns expanded Gupta influence across large parts of northern India. Some rulers were defeated and absorbed, others were defeated and restored to their thrones as tribute-paying allies. This was important. The Gupta Empire was not always a single, tightly controlled state like a modern country. It was often a layered political world. Some areas were directly ruled, some were controlled through tribute. Some local rulers kept authority as long as they accepted Gupta supremacy. This made the empire flexible. It also helped create the stability that allowed culture to flourish. They told people that the king was strong, legitimate, wealthy, and connected to cosmic order, prosperity, urban culture, trade, and high court civilization. Archer gold coin, rituals, divine symbols, messages, strong, wealthy, cosmic order. Today, we write numbers so easily that we almost never think about them. We can write enormous numbers with just 10 symbols. Some show rulers as archers. Some show them performing rituals. Some show them beside divine symbols, legitimacy and connected to cosmic order. These coins were not only money, they were messages. They told people that the king was strong, legitimate, wealthy, and connected to cosmic order. But the greatest legacy of the Gupta period was not simply its kings. It was the world that grew around them. A world of scholars, poets, artists, religious teachers, craftsmen, and thinkers. Knowledge became a form of power, a world where knowledge became a form of power. To understand this age, we have to begin with mathematics, because one of the most important gifts of Indian civilization to world history was the development of mathematical thinking that helped make advanced calculation possible. Zero and decimal, gradual development, building the intellectual world, possible, that helped make advanced calculation possible. We can write enormous numbers with just 10 symbols. Modern science, engineering, banking, navigation, and even computers Decimal place value tradition, powerful tool. Efficiency, faster. Applied math, easier. Possible. Intellectual world, possible. 10, 11, 1000, 1000,000. We can write enormous numbers with just 10 symbols. Change in position. Revolution in thought. Calculate the world. We can write enormous numbers with just 10 symbols. We can put a zero in the right place and change the value of everything. Simple, empty place. Revolution in thought. Calculate the world. Future civilizations. But this was not obvious in the ancient world. Many civilizations had number systems. The Egyptians, Babylonians, Greeks, Romans, Chinese, and Maya all developed ways to count and calculate. But the Indian decimal place value tradition became one of the most powerful tools in human history. It allowed people to express huge numbers efficiently. Decimal place value tradition, powerful tool in human history. Express huge numbers efficiently. Speed and clarity. Faster. Applied math. Science much easier. Possible. It allowed calculation to become cleaner and faster. It made astronomy, accounting, trade, architecture, engineering, and later science much easier. The full development of zero and the decimal place value system did not happen in one moment. It was not invented by one person in one room. It developed gradually over time in India, but the Gupta period stands near the heart of this broader mathematical tradition. During this age and the centuries around it, Indian scholars were building the intellectual world that later made advanced mathematics possible. The idea that a symbol could mark an empty place may sound simple today, but it changed the way humans thought about numbers. Without place value, writing large numbers is difficult. Without zero, calculation becomes much harder. With them, numbers become flexible. A person can write not only 5, but 50, 500, 5,000, and 5 million with a simple change in position. Revolutionary thought. Calculate the world. Future civilizations calculate the world. World history. Foundational. Foundation. Foundation. Future. Future. Future civilizations calculate the world. Calculate the world. World history. Foundation. 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 That is a revolution in thought. And this is why the mathematical culture of ancient India had such a long influence. It did not only help ancient scholars, it helped future civilizations calculate the world. One of the greatest names from this intellectual world was Aryabhata. He lived near Pataliputra, around 499 CE, a mathematical and astronomical text, verse, technology of memory. Aryabhata was born in 476 CE, near the end of the High Gupta Age. He lived and worked near Pataliputra, one of the great intellectual centers of northern India. Around 499 CE, when he was still young, he composed the Aryabhata, a Sanskrit work on mathematics and astronomy. Think about that for a moment. A mathematical and astronomical text written in verse. In ancient India, knowledge was often organized in ways that could be memorized. Poetry was not only beauty, it was also a technology of memory. Aryabhata's work covered square roots, cube roots, geometry and algebra, trigonometry, time, planetary motion, eclipses, and the movement of the heavens. He gave an approximation of pi as 3.1416, extremely close to the value we use today. He worked with sine tables, he discussed equations and mathematical series. He treated the sky not only as a place of myth, but as something that could be measured. This is one of the most powerful shifts in human civilization. When people look at the sky and ask, not only what does it mean, but how does it move? How can we calculate it? How can we predict it? Aryabhata argued that the apparent movement of the stars could be explained by the rotation of the Earth. That is a stunning idea. To a person standing on the ground, it looks like the sky moves around us. The stars rise, the stars set, the heavens appear to turn. But Aryabhata understood that what we see may not be the whole truth. Sometimes the motion we observe is caused by our own movement. He also explained eclipses through shadow and alignment, rather than through fear or superstition. He recognized that the moon and planets shine by reflected sunlight. This does not mean ancient Indian science was modern science in the way we understand it today. It was still mixed with older cosmologies, religious ideas, and astrological traditions. But it shows something extraordinary. Ancient Indian scholars were building mathematical models of the universe. They were asking precise questions. They were using numbers to understand time, space, and motion. And Aryabhata's influence did not stop in India. His work was studied by later Indian scholars. It was translated into Arabic. Through the Islamic world, Indian mathematical and astronomical ideas entered wider networks of knowledge. Eventually, The Indian numeral system would travel westward and become part of the foundation of mathematics around the world. This is why the Gupta Age matters, because its achievements were not locked inside one empire. They moved, they traveled, they were translated, they became part of world history.
The Gupta Golden Age was more than just an era of peace. It was a revolution of the human mind. Gupta mathematicians gave the world the decimal system and the concept of zero, the very bedrock of modern science. The great Aryabhata calculated the value of pi and understood the Earth's rotation long before the rest of the world. Look at the Iron Pillar of Delhi, a 1600-year-old marvel of metallurgy that remains rust-free to this day. This was the era of the founding of Nalanda, a global hub that attracted scholars from across the Asian continent. Sanskrit literature reached its zenith with Kalidasa, the Shakespeare of India, whose works defined classical beauty. The great Indian epics were finally codified during this time, becoming the ethical heart of the civilization. In the Ajanta caves, artists captured the spiritual grace and vibrant life of the era in stunning frescoes. Stone temples like Dashavatara set the architectural blueprint for centuries of Indian craftsmanship. The Gupta legacy is etched in the very wisdom we use today. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more incredible stories from history.